I'm Lekcja, and now that I've learned the basics of magic, Jake and I are going to go through a game.
All this should be a little bit of review and some fresh, cool, new stuff to actually teach you how to navigate your way through this game. Something that we talked about before is that the goal of this game is to reduce your opponent from 20 life down to 0. Right. So I'm going to do my damnedest to get you from 20 down to 0 here. Off camera, we flipped a coin, and I won. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to win this game, too. I'm going first. We're both going to draw 7 cards. Don't draw 8. So I have my 7 cards in hand. I got to tell you, this hand, rockin'. So since I'm going first, I'm not going to draw a card to start with. She's going to be able to draw a card on her first turn, but I'm giving up that little advantage because I get to go first here. I get to play a land, which I get to play 1 of every turn. I'm going to put a plains into play. Plains produce white mana, which is going to help me power out some white spells, and this deck's chock full of white spells, so I'm in luck. I'm going to see if there's anything in my hand that costs 1 white mana, and luckily there is. So I'm going to tap my plains, add a white mana to my pool, and put Suntail Hawk into play. Suntail Hawk costs 1 white mana. It's a permanent, so it's going to be sticking around for a while, which is bad news for you. And he's also a creature, so he's going to be attacking and blocking and making Lektzia's life miserable shortly. He's a little creature, he's a 1/1. The only catch is, as a creature, he's summoning sick when he comes into play, so he won't be able to get into the mix until next turn. With my land tapped and my creature all set, I think I'm going to pass it to you.
All right, so the first thing I would normally do is untap, but I don't have anything yet. Just getting started. So I'm going to draw a card, and then I'm going to go ahead and put down a land. And I have an island, which is one of the lands that allows you to play blue spells, which is awesome because my deck is full of blue spells. So I'm going to go ahead and tap my land, and I have a cool sorcery spell here called Sleight of Hand. And a sorcery isn't a permanent like his small hawk, Suntail Hawk.
Come on.
So it's not a permanent, it's not gonna stay on the board. I'm just gonna use it once and discard it. So this one, Sleight of Hand, allows me to look at the top 2 cards in the library and keep one and throw one away. So I'm gonna put that down and go ahead and pick 2 cards off the top. Cool. And then I'm going to keep one of these cards and put the other one back. And now that I've used my sorcery, it goes into my graveyard or discard pile. And I'm all tapped out. It's your turn.
Alrighty. So the first thing I'm going to do is untap my plains. It's good to cast new spells this turn. And then I'm going to draw a card. And I'm going to see if I have another land I can play. Since I can play 1 a turn, it's always a good deal for me to play 1. I'm going to play my second land. And this will allow me to cast anything that costs 2 in my hand. I do have something that costs 2, so I'm going to tap my 2 plains. I'm going to put the Cavalier into play. Now, the Veteran Cavalier is a little bigger and beefier than the Suntail Hawk. The Suntail Hawk's a little 1/1, the Cavalier's a 2/2. I'm ramping up here. What I'm going to do next, I'm tapped out, I can't play any more stuff, but I can attack. So the Hawk's coming for your face. So, here comes the Hawk.
So I'm going down to 19 points already.
Damn right you do. With my lands tap and the Hawk tap, to you.
All right. First thing I do is untap my land and draw a card. Cool. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is put down another land so I can play an even bigger spell this time. And I'm going to tap those puppies because I do have something in my hand that I can play.
Yeah.
And this one is even cooler than a sorcery. It's an instant, which is not a permanent like those 2 over there. It's something I'm just going to go ahead and play. And this one is called Boomerang, and it allows me to return target permanent to owner's hand. So I think I'm going to target the big guy over here, the Veteran Cavalier.
That's a wise choice.
Bam! Take that back.
Yeah, she could even bounce my lands, but I think she's going to want to get these creatures from breathing down her neck shortly.
Yep. So since I used it, I have to put it in my graveyard, my discard pile, and I'm all tapped out for this round, so it's your turn.
All right, but my precious Hawk has made it, so we're going to keep attacking. So I'm going to untap everything. I untap the plains, I untap the Hawk, and I draw a card. So everything's ready to go again. So I'm going to play another land. And in some of my previous turns, I've been playing spells, and then I attacked last turn. This time around, I think what I'm going to do is attack and then play stuff. So let's get you with the Hawk.
So now I'm down to 18.
And now I'm going to use some of my mana up here and bring back my friend and yours, Veteran Cavalier.
Oh, man.
And now I still have a mana left. So I'm going to scan my hand and see if I have something that costs 1, and I do. So I'm going to tap that and put Infantry Veteran into play. So the swarm is on. We're coming for you.
All right, well, I have a blue deck, so I can get control in a little bit.
That's true.
All right.
All my lands tapped. These guys can attack this turn. He already did, so I'm going to kick it back over to you.
All right, first thing I'm going to do is untap my land. Draw a card. Ooh, cool. All right, and I'm going to put down some more land so I can play a bigger spell and kick his butt this time. So I'm going to go ahead and tap my land and put down a creature, Windrake.
So he's a 2/2, which means he'll gobble up little Suntail Hawk if the Hawk starts flying in there. We're going to get into attacking and blocking, I think, in a later segment because I'm a bit of a coward, and I think this is my chance to escape. So creatures are going to be mashing up in a minute here, and I think it's probably a good time to offer you a draw.
All right, see you later.
See you next segment.